Hey everyone, just wanted to ask you a quick question. Which one of these would you choose? With your current collection of firearms or your lack of firearms, which would you choose here? We have the Glock 23V with Trichicon, night sights, 40 caliber pistol, 13+1. We have the Walther PPS M2 and 9mm. That is a 7-round mag, so 7+1 there. We have the Springfield Armory XDM Elite Compact with the match trigger. That is a 14-round mag +1. And then we have the big, the bad, and the kind of ugly, but not really, 380, the Ruger LCP2. I'll go over maybe some pros and cons with each of these. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree on these pros and cons. The Glock, if it fits your hand, great. But for me, it's not the greatest fit, but I still wanted the Glock. Pros are it's in 40 caliber, Glock reliability, and it is cool. I like the way that the 40 feels when I shoot it, especially out of the Glock 23. Cons are the trigger leaves some to be desired. It's a decent trigger, actually, but does leave some to be desired. And then weight. It's not the heaviest 40 by any means, and maybe even one of the lighter compact 40s, but in comparison to these, it's a little bit bigger and maybe just a little bit heavier than the Springfield XDM when it's the Glock 23's magazine is fully loaded. Pros and cons of the Walther PPS M2. Pros are that ergonomic grip. Fits my hand well. Trigger. Excellent trigger. Short, crisp sights. I didn't have to spend 120, 30 bucks like I did on my Glock to replace the sights. These 3 dots work well for me. It's also thinner, but not so thin that I don't enjoy shooting it. So conceals well. Cons, it's not the most cool looking or attractive looking pistol. It also just has 6 rounds in the flush mag, which I can shoot well too, and only 7 in this 7-round that I carry. My Springfield Armory XDM Elite 9mm here. Pros and cons. Pros, I shoot it very well. It's very intuitive, meaning I don't have to really think much about it, anticipate anything with the trigger. It's hard to explain because the trigger doesn't have a crisp break, but it's a lighter trigger that is just excellent. So it's hard to explain in that regard, but great trigger. I shoot it well. I do like the white rear U-notch and the red up front. I do like that grip safety for appendix carry. It's a great size because it's a little bit smaller than a 4-inch barrel like the Glock 19 or Glock 23 I have. It's a 3.8-inch barrel, so it's a little bit thinner than something like the Glock, a little bit shorter. And so it kind of gives me everything. I'm trying to think of cons here with this, to be honest, you guys. Can't really think of many. The Ruger LCP2 pros and cons. Pros, I don't know, it looks pretty cool and functions pretty well for a very small pistol. There was what seemed like a little bit of a break-in period. I can't remember if it was just 100 rounds, maybe 200 rounds. Cons being they're kind of hard to hold on to when you shoot, even in 380. They jump around a little bit. The sights leave a lot to be desired on this. Let's see, I started with the cons. I'll go to the pros. The trigger's not bad for a small pistol like that. And with that little extension there on the magazine, I can get a decent grip, and it's super easy to conceal. Almost forget that it is on you. So what would y'all choose? And if you made it this far, I'm going to tell you that I have a rifle coming, an assault rifle, which is the first I will have ever owned. So I'm excited for that. And when that comes in, I can show you and talk to you about it. Hope everyone's having a great week. Thanks for tuning in.